person first prepared to tell the tale. Where to seek and where to find the right air. Where to seek and where to find the Prince of Wales. Where to seek and where to find the right air. Charles, King of England, ill fortune favoured thee, who wore the crown and bore the sceptre undeservedly, who left his son behind him, who escaped across the sea, to return and raise the Scots against the parliamentary. Lured south by gallant strategy, with Worcester standing by, outmatched and outmanoeuvred, the prince was forced to fly, with many a mile to travel over, many a mile to ride, through many a hostile dawn concealed from many a watchful eye. Send the hounds around the hills, make the people ring the bells. Search the houses and the fields, reward the person first prepared to tell the tale. Where to seek and where to find the right air. Where to seek and where to find the Prince of Wales. Where to seek and where to find the right air. Tracked the villain down, that all in a hollow oak tree in a forest glade was found, where his faithful old retainer stripped the branches all around, searched for grubs and beetles in the leaf hole on the ground. I advanced into the clearing, I addressed the royal tree, I deplore the use of force, I said, to intemperate degrees, but there's a cell in Worcester Castle, measures 7 foot by 3, my orders are to place you there and throw away the key. And send the hounds around the hills, make the people ring the bells. Search the houses and the fields, reward the person first prepared to tell the tale. Where to seek and where to find the right air. Where to seek and where to find the Prince of Wales. Where to seek and where to find the right air. To Matty, Colin, Tabitha, I said, now we'll have some fun. We beat and bit and kicked him till his royal senses spun, and his trousers stuffed with nettles till his royal jelly stung. His face was caked and bleeding, and his clothes in tatters hung. And as he wept and begged for mercy, sore amazed was I to see the son of a king knelt grovelling before the likes of me. He offered his servant up for favours, money his ransom for to pay, if we betray the acts of Parliament and send him on his way. And send the hounds around the hills and make the people ring the bells. Search the houses and the fields, reward the person first prepared to tell the tale. Where to seek and where to find the right air. Where to seek and where to find the Prince of Wales. Where to seek and where to find the right air. Where to seek and where to find the Prince of Wales. Where to seek and where to find the right air. Where to seek and where to find the Prince of Wales. Down on the streets the trumpets blew as 1,000 bedraggled standards flew, but the drum beat's pattern never changed. As a clamouring rose in the street outside, the council fell to their knees and cried, with the peasants we must treat without delay. But there are rights for man, there's a rule of law, one for the rich, there's one for the poor, one for a king whom God anointed made. In consequence, negotiations I disdain. land. When it concurred, if they have no bread, the Queen observed, and they won't eat cake, feed them hay. But let them shout and let them starve while they cut the world in half. To our chamber let us take ourselves away. Then hand in hand to the brandy cask, we matched each other glass for glass, kicked off our shoes, composed ourselves to pray. And it was all night through in the livelong day, beneath world courtly charms we lay, thanks for all our blessings gave. While the people fought, the people roared, shook their fists at the palace wall, broke the door and the bars gave away. And they found us there in deepest dreams, with conscience clear and sleep serene in the sunbeams' blessed rays. Came from the outer wall, pressed his face to the marble floor. Excuse my intrusion, majesties, but your guards are fighting hand to hand in the western hall, and the bar began. I deem it meet and prudent now to leave. But Marianne, the queen, and I sent him back to the walls to die. Took to our bed, dismissed the chambermaid. And it was all night through in the livelong day, beneath world courtly charms we lay, thanks for all our blessings gave. While the people fought, the people roared, shook their fists at the palace wall, broke the door and the bars gave away. And they found us there in deepest dreams, with conscience clear and sleep serene in the sunbeams' blessed rays. It was all night through in the livelong day, beneath world courtly charms we lay, and thanks for all our blessings gave. While the people fought, the people roared, shook their fists at the palace wall, broke the door and the bars gave away. And they found us there in deepest dreams, with conscience clear and sleep serene in the sunbeams' blessed rays. In the sunbeams' blessed rays. In the sunbeams' blessed rays. How's the weather, Jack? It's terribly cold. The wind's up from west and I'm whipped to the bone. And there's frost on the hedges, there's ice upon the road. The blacksmith's still ringing, though the morning's half gone. My legs are too short and my greatcoat's too long. My throat is as dry as the cider memory strong. All the blackthorn with ivy is tangled around, here on the hillside at the edge of the town, where old friends lie buried in the cemetery ground. Amidst bottles and barrels and collapsible chairs, we danced in the tent at the Kerryland Fair, but I would never have asked were I sober. So I'll thank you to answer me frankly, I think I'm prepared. I was a stoker called up to the sea. Of thunder and battle I distantly dreamed, while I stoked the furnaces and I swore at the smoke and the steam. Long nights at the drill hall with the local home guard were battles with skittles, woodbines and darts, watched by pictures of film stars who smiled from cigarette cards. On the Great Western Railway, the company all took air raid precautions. The fortunes of war filled the streets with American soldiers. Oh, a sport for my daughters, the long and the short and the small. So come foxhounds and hunters in top coats and tails. I'll follow on with my shovel and pail, for there's nothing so fine for the roses. I grant you my garden grows nicely, but Lord, how it smells. And I'll find my way home in a moment or more, to the black Suffolk latch on the yellow street door, where my heart knows the way, but my feet aren't always sure. Now the cups in the cupboard mean nothing to me. The matches, the kettle, the sugar and the tea are all lost in the kitchen with the mice and the memories. But if life is all stories in a parallel line, that the present, the past and the future define, I promise before I'm much older, we'll meet again in the cider dreaming time. We'll meet again in the cider dreaming time. We'll meet again in the cider dreaming time. The heroes weary, homeward turned, hunger sated, victory earned. Priam's palace sacked and burned, and that's where they washed the spears. That's where they fought for 10 long years, but the cat has run away with the cream. Left their king with a half-spent queen, so all is not as well as it seems, as they enact the great reunion scene. But that's how it has to be, because that's what the men expect to see. Not a Helen stony-faced, forced to confront her dark disgrace, bleak in her husband's limp embrace, said revenge is sweet, enjoy the taste. If that's what you want, if that's why you came, then you made your bed, now you better make it over again. You made your bed, now you better make it over again. Said Menelaus, then addressing the sea, did all the cream of our mythology cross the world to restore to me the biggest whore in the Peloponnese? And is that why we lit the fuse? Is that what we fought so hard to do? I was visited, she replied. I was stung by a devil that itched inside, who split me open, forced me wide, and he was far, far richer than you. He was hung like a centaur, handsome too, and I never wanted anything more. I never had it better than this before. I never asked for a war, because didn't think it would matter at all. Oh, that's what people do. So that's why I have assumed that you do it to me, so I might as well do it to you. I thought you'd do it to me, so I might as well do it to you. And that's what people do, so that's why I have assumed that you do it to me, so I might as well do it to you. I thought you'd do it to me, so I might as well do it to you. It's celebrated now in popular verse. Helen went from bad to worse. Actors, athletes, soldiers cursed. The Gorgon's head beneath their skirts, and that's what people said. It's got teeth and fangs and serpents' heads, and the classical history relates that she lived on down from age to age. Star of record, screen and stage, for the public's pleasure, public rage, and that's what people want. Oh, that's what people need, as only a fool would refuse to accept or believe. And only a fool would refuse to accept or believe. Only a fool like me. Swept away by a lady in the course of his duties espied, in robes richly dressed, embarked upon his quest for glory as an angel disguised. He let the groom take his horse to the stable, by the butler was conducted to her side. His heart he produced as he knelt and pressed his suit, and engaged her affectionate eye. Then she led him to her chamber to listen while he told her of his plans. And there, without duress, over menthol cigarettes, she readily caved into his demands. Then, sir, she said, I'd never trust a stranger, but since you are an angel, I'll be damned. He stripped and he peeled till his long bones revealed. He said, here I have damnation in my hands. Death went to bed with the lady. Coupling, they cast their masks aside. He rattled, shook and roared, while she beneath implored, as he took her where no doves will ever fly. Then, sir, she said, you never were an angel. When trembling they had quenched each other's fires, he answered her, no, nor ever will be so, and you never were a lady besides. They fled and were wed fast together. Each strives to keep the other satisfied, But somewhere far away it's over darkness and the grave. Death and his lady preside. They fled and were wed fast together. He strives to keep the others satisfied. But somewhere far away it's over darkness and the grave, that death and his lady preside.
Are they blind, these lords of Gaza, in their strong towers, who declare Samson pillow smothered and stripped of his powers? Now stolid Philistines stare in amaze at my foxes running in your cornfields with their tails ablaze. At swung jawbone, at the bees swarming in the stark lion's hide. At these the gates of well-walled Gaza a-clank to my stride. These the gates of well-walled Gaza. Are we blind these days? Or am I blinder still, that would bend their rule of iron to my weaker will? Now, fine-flung phrases and stumbling disbelief at the jagged stone embrasures and the broken teeth of fallen angels across the spiked cannon in the gun pit's blade won't chase the eager ravens from the open grave. Then the barracks rang with laughter. I'm the fool who sought to chase the lamprey from the lily pool, who went to tilt at windmills, but only fire-breathing dragons found that singed the laurel branches from the hero's brow. From the saddle crashing through the briar patches to the ground, cast aside my colors and made good my route. Now the giant's armor flashing, the wild jackal's bark make David cast his slingshot missiles wide of the mark. Sportsmen wager as Daniel meets his end, forsaken by his maker in the lion's den. And Christ our Savior, bloody in the tomb still lay, when Mary knelt beside him on the third day. Christ our Savior, bloody in the tomb was lain, nor rose he thereafter, but died in vain.
Sister Elena has cast off her veil, hung up her habits, abandoned her cell. She's run away from the priory bells, her vows and virtues forsaking. Now she's renting a house on the Arlington Road, there in the evergreen garden to grow lichens and ivies and stools for the toads and mosses for poultices making. So don't tell me lies if your alibi isn't watertight. Tell me, where were you on Saturday night? her. Now there's rumours, there's hearsay and travellers' tales that she's taking in tomcats and cowrie shells for mustering magic and murmuring spells to answer the devil's subpoena. So don't tell me lies if your alibi isn't watertight. Tell me, where were you on Saturday nights? That's when I saw you under the yellow street lights with the devil and Sister Helena. Behind Flemish lace curtains they're venting their spleen. They'll be wagging their tongues as they're pouring the tea. So it's best if you're not in her company scene. It just breeds conjecture and scandal. You won't be forgiven, you won't be excused, for they haven't much patience, they haven't much use for a bird in the bush, 'cause what's sauce for the goose is a kick in the balls for the gander. So don't tell me lies if your alibi isn't watertight. Tell me, where were you on Saturday nights? That's when I saw you under the yellow street lights with the devil and Sister Elena. Don't tell me lies if your alibi isn't watertight. Tell me, where were you on Saturday nights? That's when I saw you under the yellow street lights with the devil and Sister Elena. That's when I saw you under the yellow street lights with the devil and Sister Elena. I swear that I saw you under the yellow street lights. Man has raised the pyramids alone, has mountains through his efforts and endeavours overthrown. With pain, strength and discipline his deities outgrown, and he carved his initials on their stones. Let the earth move the monuments and mounds. Let acid rain eradicate and rolling oceans pound what can never last forever, letting time be broken down, and let history cast their ruins underground. At the stone circles fallen and decayed, let quarrymen and masons come and take the bones away. Ship them out from railheads at 1,000 tons a day, and let no trace or memory remain. Into the blue skies wire towers reach, factories, in railway yards and iron foundries, Camas power station lying smouldering by the sea, and to new gods let these cathedrals be. And when the time capsule opens on our age, will a future generation stand bewildered and amazed among the bricks, stacks and the cooling towers and masonry remains, and ask to whose gods were these cathedrals raised? At night the unrepentant head station, conversation strains, journalists debating at the bar, and an equerry was waiting to lead you to the train, and there were special branch detectives in the Pullman restaurant car, and at night the unrepentant head of Wallace shares the royal bed where Wallace lays with Royal Edward Bear. To share his sleep and share his dreams, dip his royal thighs between the duties of a royal queen to share. So let the House of Commons bicker, let the palace bolt its doors, don't let Alice through the looking glass today. The transatlantic clipper is ready now to board, so what the Lord has given, let the lady take away. And at night the unrepentant head of Wallace shares the royal bed where Wallace lays with Royal Edward Bear. To share his sleep and share his dreams, dip his royal thighs between the duties of a royal queen to share. And underneath the royal cots, scented with forget-me-nots in royal Dalton chamber pots, their confluence prepares to lay Edward bare. Empire, oh empire, now what has begun? Lust has betrayed your most royal of sons. That king was anointed, whose reign had begun. Scandal, betrayal, and ruin overcome, and squandered a birthright for such a beggarly sum. Such is his will, and the king's will be done. Captain, my captain, make up your mind. Pack up your troubles or leave them behind. A horse for your kingdom, but not for your wife. Will you stand up and whisper or stand up and fight? Stand up and be counted, or lay down and die. Most royal, most regal, most ridiculous night. It's all up with you, Harry, George, the Lion, and the Unicorn too. Pretend you won't waive the rules. Clear out your desk, give us the keys to your room. Hang up your crown on the hook in the hall. Put on your outdoor shoes and pull the door to. Edward, oh Edward, made of that name, biting your tongue as you struggle and strain. All the taxis are waiting, she's chartered a plane. Van Diemen has asked you to dinner again. And Chancellor Hitler is tugging your chain. Get off the pod now and let her take you away. 'Cause it's all up with you, Harrods, Lords, the Wines, and the Wimbledons too. Oh, you're over yesterday's news, and it's all up with you. Ride on a broomstick, glide down the underground gloom. In Death Race 2002, a nation in ignorance washes their hands in your wounds. Our saint and redeemer, savior and queen, did you cry for the camera crew on the third day when they opened your tomb? Father, forgive me, I'm going to sin. I'm going to phone another sick day in. Make sure the 6 o'clock alarm bell never rings. It's still dark in the morning at 5:15. The hands of the clock glow luminous green. They don't care that I've unfinished business and unfinished dreams. Wake me up gently with kindness and tact. My vision is dim and my jawline slack. When my system has been disconnected, my limbs won't react. When God made man in his image in clay, he made him to move in a mysterious way. And God is in trouble if he can't do without me today. Father, forgive me, don't answer the door, don't open the curtains, and if the agency call, tell them I won't kiss the hem of their robe anymore. You can say I'm in trouble, tell them I'm ill, tell them my hemorrhoids are troubling me still. If you'll make my excuses, you can tell them whatever you will. So wake me up gently, but don't make me go. I don't wanna hear and I don't wanna know that I'm not gonna reap what I can't make the effort to sow. Dawn breaking down the valley of the Nile, ready to work all day among the sandstone piles. Here's the whip, the bit, the pick to spit the clay, and your muddy hands to clear the spoil away. Congratulations, the job's yours. Here's your sweatsuit and your coveralls. Here's the whip, the bit, the pick to split the clay, and your muddy hands to clear the spoil away. Here's the spit you got to lick to strip your dignity away. Father, forgive me, you always do. Oh, you know I've come to depend on you. I know that you don't understand, you don't have to approve. So discreetly and silently steal from the room, leave me in tumbling down, entombed and wrapped in my fragrant surroundings in slumber cocoons. When God made man in his image in clay, made him to move in a mysterious way, and God is in trouble if he can't do without me today. Dawn breaking down the valley of the Nile, toothless in the sunbeams, the monitors smile. Here's the whip, the bit, the pick to split the clay, and your muddy hands to clear the spoil away. Congratulations, the job's yours. Here's your sweatsuit and your coveralls. Here's the whip, the bit, the pick to split the clay, and your muddy hands to clear the spoil away. And here's the spit you got to lick to strip your dignity away. Lady Barnard had been slaughtered, her lover too was killed, and as 1,000 farmers' daughters lie deflowered in the field, we can all join hands in a floral dance and rehearse our juggling skills. Ere on Isaac Rubenstein his home was forced to flee, refuge took in Hamburg in 1943, and along the Baltic seaboard with a false identity he sang rum-tum tiddle-I, tiddle-I, tum tiddle-um, tum tiddle-I, rum-tum tiddle-I-tee. They came and took his family, great it gave him pain, for they sent them off to Poland in cattle trucks and train, left him nothing but his wedding ring and his father's watch and chain. He sang rum-tum tiddle-I, tiddle-I, tum tiddle-um, tum tiddle-I, rum-tum tiddle-I-tee. Now it's a 4 and 20 Nazis, my story I will tell. They came early in the morning, they caught him unawares, took him by the left leg and they flung him down the stairs. They all sang rum-tum tiddle-I, tiddle-I, tum tiddle-um, tum tiddle-I, rum-tum tiddle-I-tee. First they robbed him of his watch and chain, they robbed him of his ring. With 40 jolly jackboots they kicked him cheek and chin, and when they broke his little fingers off, for pity he did sing. He sang rum-tum tiddle-I, tiddle-I, tum tiddle-um, tum tiddle-I, rum-tum tiddle-I-tee. Said Amundul, the commandant, said Amundul, said he, you are a son of Abraham, as we can plainly see. So you must off to Buchenwald, where Gas said you will be. We'll all sing rum-tum tiddle-I, tiddle-I, tum tiddle-um, tum tiddle-I, rum-tum tiddle-I-tee. Muller got his watch and chain, the devil took his fee. The state had all his money and the world his legacy, but Sternbern Führer Neumann gave the watch and chain to me. Aaron's with his maker now, and tonight will merry be, and the lesson of his tragedy, for a lesson there must be, is that rape, abuse and murder are no cause for levity.
Rises green on the hillside, skylit her mantle unfolds, the heart and the hair for battle prepare, as winter relaxes her hold. The bullocks aroused on the meadows, by Chanticleer's rose before dawn, and little boy blue wonders dazed and confused, for whom should he blow on his horn? And she said, come to my house and you won't want to leave in the morning. She says, if you once leave your boots at my door, she has prepared with meticulous care through the eyes of her spies and informants. But if she fails, then to soothe and protect her bruised self-respect, she must endeavor to compromise yours. Born in on a riptide of brambles, her red retinue spread like a tail, spangled in mane with the sun in her train. Summer broke into the pale, and they camped on the roof of the forest. Through the green fields they clattered and danced, till sated and spent they collapsed in their tents and extinguished the hurricane lamps. And she's offered to light me a candle, she promised to summon by bells the birds and the bees, and then down on her knees offered weddings and beddings as well. But your hopes bite the bullet in anger, and roses are red as your glare. Lavender's blue, but what can you do when Johnny won't come to the fair? And she says, come to my house and you won't want to leave in the morning. She says, if you once leave your boots at my door, she has prepared with meticulous care to the eyes of her spies and informants. But if she fails, then to soothe and protect her bruised self-respect, she must endeavor to compromise yours. This summer has been too demanding. I've never dug deeper or darker before, but it strikes me as hard that I've traveled so very far, and I have nothing to show for it all. So I'll be glad when the season is over and winter along in a while, with the wind and the rain to blight and to blacken your name, to hammer, to crack and bespatter and slacken your smile. Now she says, pack up the source of your trouble and kick them behind you. She says, if you don't let them darken your door. She writes with fire on ice to comfort, protect and remind you that she'll be there sooner than you expect, with deepest respect, fraternally.